Hi everyone, you're listening to the Vialucci Podcast, uncensored and completely unedited discussions about life and everything in it. We hope you enjoy the show. Hi everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Hello.
Happy Halloween,
Halloween.
everyone. Anything else I can poke with this? I'll keep it.
No,
I'll
I might have to take that off you, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's got to
Yeah.
try. He's got to try.
Keep it out of my hand. I'm doing Poseidon. I'm not. Yeah, it wasn't for.
Actually, I can feel the power through.
You should keep that for the London Underground. When people get close to you, and you sort of just give them a little jab.
I think you're going to get the wrong type of attention on the
Wonder
underground with a trident.
What the crime would be? Oh, it'd be a weapon, probably just a full-on weapon. Yeah, it's a joke. It's classed as a weapon, class A weapon. So it's Halloween.
Oh yeah. Happy Halloween.
Happy
yay.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, it will be Halloween when this comes out.
Yeah.
Can I not pull one of these? Then?
Can we do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
others, we have these. What are they?
Halloween
crackers. I don't know where they came from.
Yeah. These are meant to be pulled, aren't they? They're not just a prop.
I don't know. Let's pull and find out.
Let me pull one. I'll pull one with.
Can we do that?
Oh, no,
All right.
there's a banger in it, so be careful.
Yeah, it's got a bang.
Is that something that we?
Right.
No.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Oh,
And right, what do you guess is inside? Don't look. What do you guess is
happens.
It's got to be a
inside?
joke.
Are they going to be
Gunpowder.
crowns? Yeah, are they going to be crowns? Is it going to be a joke?
It's got to be a joke, isn't it?
It's got to be a joke, a toy, and a crown.
No, that's how you get a toy. Oh.
Oh, do we have another one so I can do it myself?
Because they're not. They're just repurposing Christmas crackers. That's what I'm. That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yay!
Terrible joke ahoy. Terrible joke ahoy, mateys. Coming out, busting out the good stuff here. Right.
This isn't Halloween. This has
Shush.
nothing to do with Halloween.
No, it's not. They've just repurposed. They've just
Old
repurposed.
stock, old
Yes,
stock.
some Christmas crackers. Yeah. This
As
is
my cat is.
one of the dumbest things I've seen in a while. What is in a ghost's nose?
Right, hold on.
Oh.
Spook. No, bogeyman.
Close.
If it's not a bogeyman, that's
Close,
the best
close.
joke.
You're on the right there. Boogers. Boogers.
Oh, okay. Bogeyman would have been so much better.
Yeah.
I'm having
A
that.
boogeyman or whatever.
Okay, what was the witch's favourite subject in school?
Hang on. Broom, cat.
Probably
magic,
not STEM
spell.
subject, say.
Broom, spell. Spelling.
Yay!
You have to
Oh, the fun.
You have to go down like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
yeah.
levels. You have to go lizard
Oh, no.
brain for this.
What does a panda ghost eat? Oh, come on.
What?
Should have been on the other side.
Sorry, I wonder what
He'll forget that's on there. What does a panda ghost eat?
a panda. Sorry, a panda ghost,
Panda.
not a ghost panda.
No, a panda ghost. It should be a ghost panda.
It should be a ghost
Oh,
panda.
come on, this is ridiculous.
Or a panda ghost, or a ghost of a panda, at least.
Yeah. Okay, they've got the spelling. Right, what does a panda ghost eat?
Eat
What do pandas eat?
Well, you've got it. If you've got,
eucalyptus, isn't it? But
no, that's a
oh,
koala.
That's a koala.
Yeah, what was it? Bamboo.
Oh, that's why you killed that.
Oops,
Yeah.
it's bamboo.
Oh, how'd you get that? How did you get that?
Yeah, bamboo.
Did you guess that or did you see that?
No, it's yeah.
He zoomed in on the camera. Russell.
Yeah.
There you go. So, did you get
Well
anything there,
done.
Iolla?
I would have never got that. I couldn't even think what they ate.
No, I was thinking it's on the wrong continent.
Kerem, read that one out.
Place. Spooky Kerem. Ooh.
What's a ghost's favorite dessert?
Oh, could be
What?
anything.
What's a ghost's favourite dessert?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too many.
I feel like this is gonna be
Chocolate
really-
brownies.
No.
Jelly, jello,
Um.
cheesecake, cake, something cake.
Uh.
It's got to have cake in it. Cream,
Why?
ice cream.
What's spooky about cake?
No, it'll be something.
Spooky cake.
No, it'll be something.
Jelly.
It's ice cream.
Oh, of course.
Oh, we could have. Oh, we should have got that.
I was hoping
That's
for
an obvious
more.
one.
Do you know what? I listened to a Stephen Fry who was doing this podcast about language, and one of them he speaks to people that do Christmas joke in the crackers,
Yeah.
and there's an actual science behind it. The idea is that I can't put that on.
It's rustling.
It's going to make too much. Yeah,
rustling.
well, not with the headset. Oh wait. Oh, I thought I was going to have my headset on. Yeah, the jokes are designed to be bad.
Yeah.
Because everyone will agree. But if you get a joke it's subjective to humour if it's a good joke. So some people will like it and some people don't. But a bad joke, the idea is the guy said, I want everybody to go, oh.
Yeah.
So
It
it's designed.
It gets a shared response.
Yeah, a bad joke is a bad joke to everyone.
Oh, and it brings everyone together.
what- yeah.
But it's literally,
okay.
they're designed to do that.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
You got your little notes there.
I do indeed.
I heard you mention black cat.
Black cats, because
Okay.
obviously this is
Yep.
my Halloween, and
Oh,
obviously.
is the black accidental top? Or is that part
I mean,
of the
this is actually a
outfit?
dark green, but I couldn't find a black top
Right.
this morning.
Yeah.
So pretend it's black.
Yeah. Oh, the cobwebs. Part of oh no, I just didn't wash it.
But yeah, just haven't watched
Yeah,
it. Okay, yeah, because I love cats and everything, and
Hang on, I've got
I thought
gunpowder
this
in
is,
my water.
I thought it was very
Oh, bugger.
What have you got stuck in it?
Cracker juice.
Oh no,
don't
cracker
go on.
juice. It's the first.
Go on.
Well, Halloween cracker juice is a
Oh,
first.
okay,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
certainly
spooky
yeah.
juice.
Yeah, spooky. Yeah. Go.
Okay, all right. So this topic is why black cats are associated with Halloween and bad luck. Okay.
Black cats.
Black cats.
Okay.
Uh,
Witch is protective.
It's something to
witch,
do with-
protect
Yeah.
the witch.
it's something to do with the patriarchy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well, so cats in the earliest, like in the Egyptians and ancient
Oh
Egyptia,
yeah.
they were doing great cats. They were on top of the world.
The vote.
Bastet.
Bastet, yes, the goddess of. Oh, I did write this down. Oh, my bad.
Of being out at 2 a.m. and,
goddess of the
and sleeping on the sofa. Yeah.
The goddess of the home, women's secrets, cats, fertility, and childbirth.
It's quite broad. I mean, what the cat?
Yeah, and it's also it's viewed as protecting the home from evil spirits and disease. So cats were on top of the world.
Cats, universally known for being great guards of the house. Yeah.
Other than I'm not bothered one way or the other.
Yeah,
just burglars just broke in. Who cares? Yeah.
And also, like, some of the sculptures and everything of the Bastet were like black cats and stuff. So,
But the black, there's nothing to do with the black specifically. It's just
No, I think that's just
nighttime.
kind of how it just ended up. They were black. So black cats are on top of the world.
Yeah.
And even in Greek mythology, with the goddess Hecate, it was known that she had a cat as her familiar. So familiars are like supernatural creatures that assist witches. According to European folklore. And then it started to take a turn in the 13th century. So the 13th century was this is when, I guess, the church came about.
Well,
did it come about?
Catholic Church.
No, but they had the history of sort of Christianity is checkered and marked by many sort of waves in belief and particularly integrating and trying to overwhelm local traditional customs. I mean, that's what they did. They sort of incorporated them and then tried to dominate them. So, in the 12th century, what happened? I don't know. Probably a Vatican Council.
Well, in the 13th century, official church document came out on the 13th of June, 1233. And in it declared that black cats were an incarnation of Satan, which is not great for...
They just decided.
So they just decided, you know what, we hate cats.
It's probably because a lot of women had them.
yeah,
And it's
so-
well, you're clearly a lunatic.
Yeah.
I bet there's like one guy. There was a meeting. There's one guy who goes, "Those bloody black cats."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Dude, just give it a." And they go, "Just put it. Can you just put it in?" And
Yeah,
they go,
yeah.
Fine, we'll put in the
We'll
thing
put
about
in the
black.
cat.
We'll just slip it in at the end.
We did a
Don't-
podcast years ago, didn't we, about the witch trials? Was it the witch trials or not witch hunts? Oh no, witch hunts we didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, just everyone just pointing at everybody as a witch to the point where if you don't accuse somebody of being a witch, you're probably a witch.
Yeah, it's like the end of Reservoir Dogs, but with
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone just pointing at everyone. So there you go, black cats.
So the cats were inevitably linked with witches.
Yeah.
So with the Christian church, they coexisted with witches at the time. But as the church rose to power, they decided they don't like witches because they're
usually women.
They're usually women,
and they want to
and
get rid
the
of
church
their
hate women.
ex-wives.
There's a bit about female empowerment there.
Yeah, but there was a
That's in the
competition
patriarchy.
with witches because they were gaining the hearts and minds of people around them. And also they were like, honoured natural world and having a deep respect for plants and animals and all this stuff.
Sort of a folk, not folk, but sort of, a tribal person, kind of the village, well, not warlock, but, apothecary or whatever, you know what I mean? That type of thing. There's again, it's one of these things, there's been a traditional position for a sort of an older lady to sort of be the wise woman of the community and help out with things like that. And again, as I said, this was, Catholic Church, Christian Church doesn't really like that type of
They
stuff.
don't like it, no. So they
Those old traditions, they're really not into any of that.
So they were like, no, we're going to defeat the witches. So they started hunting, persecuting, and killing the witches.
I wonder if it's something to do with just the weird old woman with a cat.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Just
so
added
that's
it
what it
together.
was. So they
just
don't.
happens to be
100%.
next to her.
Yeah.
So they don't like so obviously cats are very independent.
Yeah.
And they're not like the dogs where the dogs are really friendly. They'll come up to you. Cats are very independent. They have their own thing. And apparently the church doesn't like independent women or independent animals.
Yeah.
So they kind of group them together. And if you see like an old woman with a cat, they're just like, that's the, they hate that. That's like witches. So
Luckily, the cat couldn't care less one way or the other. Everything's been going off the Joe. I'm not bothered anyway, mate. I'm on my own.
So it was. So that's why the black cats came about, because it was sort of paired to the witches. I don't know why it was just black cats, because I think they were better hunters, they were better mousers, because they couldn't, because they could sort of go in the dark and kill the mouses.
Yeah,
The
a bit more
mouses?
The mouse,
The mouses.
the meese.
The meese.
The meese. Yeah, I suppose it's just in the dark. They look more creepy with the eyes.
Yeah. But then, so during the Middle Ages, so cats started to be killed more, because they were associated with the spreading of the plague.
Yeah.
And then inevitably the plague spread even more because the cats weren't killing the rodent population.
Yeah.
So then it started spreading more. So it's like, ha ha. That's what happens when you kill all the cats.
Yes.
And then oh gosh, I've lost where I am.
These cats, they make the virus worse. They make you sick. You need to, People are saying, a lot of things about cats nowadays, and they're saying, they do a lot of good. Well, actually, people, you don't even know this. People, I'm talking about this, but they do a lot of
I've
harm.
noticed a lack of bats in Halloween. What happened to them? There used to be bats on I haven't seen any.
Lack of bats.
The lack of
No,
bats.
but now it's just paper. Unless it's just paper decorations. We're not making any more
Go
effort.
after like a real bat. Like
No,
what?
but you always have to see like a rubber bat on a
Yeah.
a bouncy string or something.
I suppose.
Yeah, come on. That was a main staple.
They need to bring the bat back.
I'm writing to my MP about this.
Oh my God. I actually, one evening, so it was really, as I was in my boyfriend's bedroom and I had
Right,
this,
hang on.
it was,
Put your finger on the dump button, just in case.
no, this is the scary
Okay,
part.
right. Have you cleared this with him before you say this?
Yes.
Right, okay.
You've made me lost my
Oh,
thought,
sorry,
train
go
of thought. So I had this like rustling.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is that? And I'm really light sleeper,
Yeah.
so I was like, for fuck's sake. I was like, Sam, is that you?
Oh, light sleeper.
Yeah,
I had a nightmare last night. Go on, I'll come back to it. You just wake me on break. Oh God, right, go on then.
Okay, so I heard this rustling and I was like, what the hell is that? I just thought it was like a little mouse or a rat or anything like that. And then so I turned on the light and there was this bat just like circling the room.
When was this?
This was years ago.
Oh, I thought you could say last night. I could
This
say, what a
was,
coincidence.
I know. It's like it knew. My cat is flopping. So it was about, I was like, oh my God, Sam, bats. And he was like, okay. And then his mum was in the next room. And he literally left me in the
I was
room.
going to say, did he just put his trousers on and say thanks and run out
He
the door?
ran out of the room.
Right, I'm
left
off to sleep at the bus stop.
Thanks again.
See ya. And I was like, literally left me under the covers with this bat going around. I was like, Sam, don't leave me. And then we just said, so we ended up looking up the bat helpline.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah,
Stop phoning people.
But the bat helpline wasn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say, is this a helpline for bats? So you call up. And
Surely it opens at midnight. No.
What a stupid time for
Over
a
Halloween,
bat
there's
helpline.
24 hours.
Yeah, I was just like, the bats are going to be asleep
I'd love
during
if you
this
phoned
time.
it and it was a joke line. And somebody just, it was a
Hello,
joke
bat
line.
helpline. How can I? How can I
Start
assist you?
sarcastic. You go, oh right, no, they're not taking us seriously.
It's just a real like Batman fan.
Yeah,
I had one break into my house, and when I was at work,
Break into your house was big
well,
bat.
I wasn't invited, like Dracula. But no, I came back from work, I had the window open, it was flying, because I lived in the countryside,
Yeah.
and it was flying around, and I thought,
it's funny around about Jimmy, trying to Jimmy. The
yeah,
yeah, one on the lookout outside, like no, and I had to throw a
like
mattress.
a balaclava on.
I had to throw. Well, it wouldn't see the way.
Yeah,
It's like normal. I had to throw because I thought it would get bored and go out the window, and it wouldn't follow a pattern. It was just flapping all over the bloody place. So I had to get me a duvet and throw it in the room, and luckily it just landed on it. I just grabbed it, and it was jumping around under the bloody duvet. I just threw the whole bloody thing out the window.
Well, like in the end, we just ended up just like we just ended up just sleeping. Bless his mum. His mum was just like, "You sleep in my bed, and I'll go sleep down on the couch."
How did
It's
you get
like,
rid of it?
Oh, bless. We just kept the window open, and it just flew out
Oh, you're
eventually.
just going to tire him out.
Yeah,
He'll get bored
yeah,
of this before
I was just like,
I was just thinking, if I'd thrown the
nothing
duvet
to steal.
out with a bat on it, and the whole duvet just took off, flying through the moonlight, duvet cover.
All right, yeah.
Go on.
So about the going back to the cats
Yeah.
thing, oh god. So in the medieval Europe, folks believed that black cats crossing their path was a bad omen.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
9 light. Oh no, it's normal.
that isn't true because I've actually there is a dispute in the black cat crossing your path community.
Yeah.
About whether that means good luck or bad luck, and
Well,
there is actually
in Scotland and Japan, it is viewed as prosperity if a cat goes past you, and then obviously still in Egypt they love them, you know. So I always think it's good luck because I love cats anyway. So I'm just like, oh, a cat.
I always say it's a sign that I'm on the right path when when
Yeah.
I see a little cat and he walks past, gives me a nod. I
Yeah.
have power over cats. I have power over cats and most squirrels.
Yeah.
Most squirrels know me and they will run up to me and say hi. All cats do that as well.
I didn't know that you were Dr. Dolittle.
Well, it just works with cats and squirrels.
Okay, just cats
Just
and
cats.
squirrels.
And most
Oh,
squirrels.
have you seen Emperor's New Groove? Where he's
What's that
what's the
cartoon?
guy, and he's like he speaks squirrel. No, is
No.
no one an Emperor's New Groove fan?
No,
So
the
if
guy
anyone's
speaks squirrel.
listening, you get what I mean. And he speaks squirrel, and it's hilarious. Watch
I
the
wonder
film.
if you don't see a lot of black cats. I wonder if they're not a nice thing to have. Like,
They are, interestingly enough, they are not very popular.
Yeah.
They're always
No.
hugely
it's just in the culture.
there
of
to
like-
be rehoused. They're always the ones that.
Yeah,
don't
I
get
used to
rehoused.
work for Cats Protection, and it was so hard to rehouse black cats.
You did
'cause
get
no
them
one-
in?
Yeah, no one. We had a lot of black cats in.
Are they a
yeah.
type, or is it just it's a cat with black fur? It's not
It's
like
just
comes
yeah,
from a
long
certain-
fur, short, domestic
Yeah,
short hair,
long-
domestic
yeah,
long hair. That it's just really hard to rehome them. But then you do get people that come in and just want black cats. So I'm like,
Around
yes, we love
Halloween,
you.
you say, right, you're not going to bring this back in 48 hours, are you? It's not
Yeah.
a prop.
I've got a really
Yeah.
good. I've got a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the origin of the black
Oh, very
cats
good.
and how they, were associated with witches. And you know what? They had a rebrand over the years, and they're now fluffy, and we love them.
Yeah.
And they're no longer.
Not according to cat homes, but I get your feeling. Well, I say bring back the bat. Have you had any bat stories?
Bring back the bat.
Bring back the bat. I like bats more for Halloween.
Well, associated with vampires.
Yeah. Did you answer me about vampires, Kerem? Do you have
Turkish vampires.
Yeah. That Dracula's the name, so it would be
Turkish
Dracula in Turkish.
Draculas.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's
Turkish
just-
Draculas.
just
Yeah,
Draculas
yeah,
with
a bunch
your
of Draculas hanging around. Getting up to Dracula shit.
Right,
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
well, it's Halloween. Have you seen any ghosts? Ever seen any ghosts? Got ghost stories?
Oh, I do have one actually.
Yeah.
So my family are big ghost fans. We believe them. We
Yeah.
believe that everywhere we go is haunted at
Yeah.
some point, although the ghost passing. And when we were in our house, I'm not going to say where, because everyone's going to come. My mum got a call from literally our line saying, oh, is Marie there?
What do you mean our line?
For my home line. And it was
You
someone
weren't living there?
No, we were living there, but everyone was out at the time. And my mum was at work and she got a call from the house phone saying, oh, hi, Marie, it's me. And she was just like, who the hell's this? And someone just hung up. And I was just like, no way, no one was in the house. And she got a call from our house number.
Was it, I mean, there's a lot of, was it definitely that number?
It was definitely that number. Definitely that number.
And it wasn't just a joke?
It wasn't just a joke, no.
Wasn't your sister or something?
No.
Is that Halloween? I mean, it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I don't know. I've had periods where in some houses where things have been a little odd sometimes. There's bangs and things have moved. Genuinely, I've seen that stuff. And what I did is, like all sensible people, I just ignored it.
Yeah.
And I do think that's, I read somewhere that is the best thing to do if you do think that there are things like that around.
That and get drunk.
I think like if there's anything that weird happens in the house, I always go, oh, it's the little girl ghost again.
Yeah.
Like we've got this pencil mark going up our hallway. Yeah. And it could have been from anything. Yeah, right. I am convinced it's a little girl ghost with a pencil going up the hallway. And Sam's just like, no, it's not. It must be something else. And I'm like, well, it's at the height of a little girl ghost. Yeah. So it could, that's...
Or an ape.
Or an ape.
With long arms.
Like, literally. Or the cat.
Ghost ape.
But ghost ape.
Something with long arms. Anyway, could have been 6 foot with long arms. Yeah,
I'm just convinced everything's...
I grew up in a place that definitely had a ghost.
Yeah.
And then one day, because I like ghost books, because I was looking up, because I knew there was something in there. Yeah. And I saw, well, if you want to see if there's ghosts, you just draw a circle and put a cup in it. I drew a circle, and the next morning it was about 4 inches out of the cup, and I never fucking did it again.
What's
and
this? Sorry.
I drew a circle and put a cup in it, and sort of said, okay, then if there's a ghost moving, I woke up the next day, woke up, and it was like half out.
No.
And then I just didn't. I thought I was half taking it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then it was there, and I never did it again. And I thought, oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Nobody came. Trust me, nobody came in. Yeah. But think of that. Nothing. There's no wind moved the glass. Well, there's no. I just thought no.
I would have 100% believed that. I would have just. I
mean, there's nothing. It had to.
Yeah.
There's no wind coming through. It's not going to move a cup with water in it.
I probably would have done it again the next night.
No, because I was half. Again, it's a funny thing. I'm seeing that, and then I'm like, right. I don't want to know.
Don't want to mess with that. Yeah. It's actually a thing you should explain.
I suppose maybe you could have subconsciously got up and done it yourself. You know, maybe something.
You could
it was
in the middle of the night. Yeah, the middle of the night.
I just solved it, mate. I just got up and had a drink and put it back down.
Just sitting there, just popped it back in the dark. Didn't know where it was.
Has anyone sleptwalked before?
No, I used to have an ex-girlfriend, and she used to talk. She used to get up sometimes and like say she used to talk, like sit up bolt upright, start talking.
Oh yeah.
And like she did try to get up a few times. She did sleepwalk, and she'd just get up in the room and do stuff. And I'd be like, what? What the hell are you doing? And then she'd be like, huh? What? Oh, just stop pissing her. Go back to sleep. Why are you always being so weird? And I'm like,
yeah, it must be weird. I was just looking through you with
just,
a glassy eye.
Yeah. Sort of see,
I actually, so I sleptwalked before. It was during my A-levels, and I was super, super stressed out. And this is the only time I've sleptwalked. And I sleptwalked into my sister's bedroom, stood there like, have you ever seen Paranormal Activity? Yeah. Where she just stood by the bed. That's basically what I did. And my sister woke up, and I was just staring at her, at her bed. And then I just walked back out again, got into bed. And she literally had to come in and wake me up and be like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? It's because I was just so stressed out, and I'd never done it before. And I was, if that had happened to me, I would have shat myself.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis where you wake up? Because I used to have that a lot, and people, apparently like 1 in 3 people have had it.
I have had it.
I had it all the time.
I've had it 3 times in my life. Yeah,
Do you know what it is?
I've had it recently.
Sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
Where you wake up and you can't move in your sleep.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
I used to get that all the time.
Yeah.
I've had it once twice. I've also had lucid dreaming, where you can like realize you're in a dream, and then you can just start playing around with it.
Yeah.
Well, they talk about.
Cool.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, but like only a couple, not for a long time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't remember my dreams. So.
I remember my dreams all the time.
Last night, so you just remind me. I must have fallen asleep for about it's one of the night. I hate to keep saying this. I had about 40 minutes sleep the entire. I didn't go to bed. I've been up the whole time.
You need to sleep more.
Yeah, anyway, but I nodded off, but then woke up wide awake afterwards, like 40 minutes, and I was trying to hold a door shut, and it was like an alien's arm holding the door shut. And I remember fighting to hold the bloody door shut, and then I can't remember anything, but I just remember a load of like lights just going past me. That's it, nothing else.
Oh.
So you're saying that you're being abducted?
Yeah.
No. Oh, do you know what though? I'll tell you what. Now, look, we've got to say the alien thing. Okay, we're getting close. The government of no, but just because I've got to explain something else. But
ghost?
let's just say, remember,
are aliens spooky?
no. But my point,
Kind of.
just to reckon. Well, yeah, because if you
Have
don't
you
know
seen
it,
Communion?
no,
No.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Communion?
No.
Communion.
Is that an alien film?
With Christopher Walken. And
Oh.
it is so scary. There's
Oh,
one
no.
bit where the door's open and he's sitting in his bedroom, sitting in the seat, and the door opens a little bit and you can see the alien's like face staring back at him. It is chilling.
Well,
Watch Communion.
Bearing in mind, most people don't realise they've now admitted that they've got stuff and biologically got stuff under oath in Congress, right? They've admitted that. Now, right, they've admitted. So we're getting there now, and we've got all the thing with the F-16s picking them all up. So we know there's something there. Now, my point is, I'm going to get back to sleep paralysis. I was thinking...
I was thinking the same thought. I know that what you're going to say.
No, but because I had it for years.
Yeah.
Like, I woke up and I was screaming and I knew there was something there.
Yeah.
And I couldn't move. And I'd seen... It was on, like... Do you remember Richard and Judy?
Yes.
I thought I was just a nut job because it was happening to me. It used to scare me going to sleep. And they spoke about it. And I was like, oh, my God. That's that thing. And they've said, well, it's when you're stressed. And I was thinking, anyway, but I just sat on it. It's like, you don't know what it is. But I was thinking, there was something there. I know you can trick your brain. But I was thinking, I was being held down. I remember screaming so much. I woke up the next day, I had a sore throat because I couldn't make any sound, but I was screaming so hard. Anyway, so forget all that. Now, it was just always in the back of my head. That I swear there was something there. And then people talk about like alien abductions and all that. But they say 1 in 3 people has had sleep psychosis at some point. Anyway, it was just like, with all this stuff going on with the aliens thing, I started, let me just look at this stuff again. And I looked at sleep paralysis. I thought, well, that may be, it's like a stupid pun. And I looked at the pictures that people have drawn, like going back like 100 years of like what they'd seen. And it's their body with these things leaning over them with big heads. And I just thought, I mean, you don't know.
I mean, me and my sister were actually having the same conversation the other day, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because I had sleep paralysis very recently, where I was being held down and I was screaming for Sam, and I just it was the most terrifying thing, and we were talking about like how people must have had that back in the day, without all the science behind it, thinking that they were abducted by aliens, thinking that might be the case. Because, you know, when people are like, I've been abducted by aliens, I'm thinking, is it just sleep paralysis that they experience? And then they woke up thinking that they got abducted by aliens. That's why
No, well, I've looked into it. So there's a famous painting. Do you know this, the Nightmare? I don't know who painted it. Could you look up the Nightmare? It's a famous like old painting of like a ghoul sitting on somebody's chest, like hunched up. It's a famous person. I think it's called The Nightmare. I can't see it from there. What does it say?
Spooky.
Who is it? Johann Heinrich. What year was it? Does it say?
So what's this dude doing?
1781.
1781. Yeah. So that's how far. That's a painting of it. But I was reading it up, and they were saying every culture feels something different. Like in the African culture, they'd think there was like a zombie person there. In the Polish cultures, they think it's a witch. Some people just don't see any. I never saw anything, but I just knew that they were like there. You know, that terror as a kid, like pure, whatever the fear button
terror.
is. That's pressing the fear button.
I think it's because you're in between your REM sleep and another. I don't know what the layer is, but where you are sort of awake, but your muscles have relaxed so much that you can't move them.
Well, the idea is that your body paralyzes
you,
so you don't act
yourself,
out things and it's going wrong. But I think it's something else.
So
it's not
scary.
that. It's something else. Yeah.
It is so scary.
And you never know once everything comes out. I mean, let's say about the alien thing. It's only weird and scary because you don't know about it. One day it just might be nature. Oh yeah, it's just those things when kids grow up and knowing about them, and they find out, well, this is one of those things that you mistook for a psychological condition, but you just didn't know that there was stuff happening.
Well, I've said this before, but like if they announced, oh yeah, aliens are real, and they
can't see
and they
them.
bought a house in whatever Hyde Park, and you can come and see them. They're pretty cool. They're quite nice.
Hi, aliens.
Yeah, I think everyone will be like, whoa, aliens for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's the aliens."
Oh
again.
my god,
and then they'll
bloody aliens!
I know, and then
so sick of
and
it,
then they'll start like complaining about them, saying the aliens are taking their jobs,
Taking our women.
their women.
So sick of alien culture.
How much they cost,
Oh my God.
housing they've been moved in. Because
All these little alien shops around the
I
place,
know,
selling their weird
exactly.
food.
can't read their language.
Yeah, oh.
They're speaking their language in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Never wearing any clothes, being all lanky.
But you joke. But all it takes is one generation to grow up with them there,
Yeah.
and they don't know what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking about. Anything being weird,
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
is what it is.
Because I mean, I'm old enough now to have lived through a few disasters, like global problems.
Yeah.
And I remember when 9/11 happened, they said no one will ever want to. All the big buildings will be torn down, and everyone will live in small buildings, and no one will want to work in an office building over 8 stories in case this happens again. Oh my God! And there will be no more violent films. Everyone is sick of violence, and Hollywood will have to change. Law will be positive, and there'll be no guns in any movies. And I
I
thought at the time, I was like, that's bollocks. That's absolute
It's like
bollocks.
2 weeks later, and then it's just like nothing. And then same with COVID.
Same
It's
thing
just-
with- exactly.
Yeah, it's
They
just
said we're going to redesign towns and cities.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be more spaced out. No one will want to be in contact. No one will want to live in sort of crowded inner city areas and big tower blocks. No, that's all going to change. Everything's going to be spread out. We're not going to socialise. It's all going to be on teams. Bollocks.
Yeah.
Just give it a couple of months and everyone just goes straight back to their old habits.
Literally. Yeah, you're just hugging random people on the street,
Licking doorknobs,
Licking their
using public.
face.
Yeah,
Did you see the recent South Park that came out? Is it called the Pandaverse? They're taking the mick out of the multiverse, and one goes back into another multiverse that's like all really woke. What's the little fat one? What's his name?
Cartman?
Yeah, he goes into the woke world, and somebody from the woke world comes into the normal world. But anyway, one of the things is everyone's panicking about AI. It's got to change, and they're basically taking the piss out of it. It's just a thing that everyone's panicking about, where nobody can get somebody to do DIY, and everyone needs DIY, and nobody can get anyone to do DIY, but they've all got these really weird jobs, but they're like completely pointless. And they're saying it basically in the future, like they're all desperate for somebody that could just like put in screws and they go, AI, and they're going,
There's no tradesmen anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing. They're all like, AI, all this. They've got nothing. You still need somebody to fix your doorknob. They keep going on about the oven. He's broken his oven and he can't get the door fixed. He's like, what am I going to do? The world's at an end.
Is this in the woke world?
Yeah. It's just happened.
but like AI is just the new cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the new
another
NFT.
thing.
It's the new buzz thing, and like there'll be something new in a year or two.
I used ChatGPT for the first time.
Oh.
I loved it. I was doing like a LinkedIn post, and because I'm just like I'm really bad at I'm like, how do people put words together and make it look good and like attractive? I'm like, this is so. So I put it in ChatGPT, and it literally laid it out for me, and I was just like, this is brilliant.
But you'll lose whatever you've got. It's not just you're adding something on. You will lose the thing that you had.
Yeah, I know, but you might just look at it and be like, for the next one, I can be as structured.
If
as
I get a
this.
whiff that anybody's emailed me on that, because I've gone to send a message and it says, "Do you want to use AI?" I'm thinking no. And if I get one that's like that, I'll just block you straight away. Because if you can't be bothered to write, forget it. It's not worth it.
No, I've written out the whole post,
But
like myself. But ChatGPT just kind of like organised it and made it a little bit more.
Right? Did you? I don't want to say this again, but it's just random that the South Park when they do the AI. Did you? The that one.
ChatGPT.
It was just the research. Did you see it?
No.
Where one kid, like his girlfriend, really loves him, and then Cartman like writing like rubbish, and but the other one's got all these like luxury languagey things, and he goes, "How do you use this?" And he finds out that he's using this ChatGPT thing to talk to his girlfriend, and he's set the mobile phone up so whenever she texts him, it just automatically texts her back.
That's so clever.
And then he has to say, "Don't tell anyone else." So within a few weeks, like
Yeah.
everyone's
doing it.
But
Everyone's
the
doing it.
girls then start using it to the boys. So
It's
nobody's
basically
talking.
just like ChatGPT to ChatGPT.
No, okay. I'm actually okay. You convinced me. I'm now on board with it.
Yeah.
If it means I don't, I
It's
can.
saying, what should I do about this situation, Rose? Well, my darling, like what I think you should do is think carefully and go, oh my God, thank you so much.
Well, now they
and
have
he just leaves the phone there. He has to touch the phone for
They
weeks.
have-
Yeah, that's great.
They have AI girlfriends now, don't they? They have AI
Oh,
girlfriend apps where you can like. I mean,
It's like Blade Runner 20.
Yeah.
I'm for and against it because I'm just like there are some people that are just socially awkward that live in their parents' basement and
Yeah, but you
can't
can't
get
have the
anything.
whole world like that. It's gonna you eventually have to come out into do the
I
real
know, but
world.
some
How do you get a
people-
job?
Sometimes you want to be able to talk to your anime body, you know? Like you want to give it a voice, you
Yeah.
know, and like so I get it. You know, it can be very lonely being in a relationship with your anime body pillow, and it's sometimes nice to have a bit of feedback from them.
If
I
you push
totally
all
get
your
it.
chips in with AI, what are you going to do when you've got to get on a bus or you've got to buy something from the shop and something goes wrong? You've got to speak to a human being. You go, I don't know how to
There's
do
an app.
this.
There'll be an app for that.
falling apart.
There'll be an app. It's fine. I'm totally up
No.
for outsourcing all my communications to my friends and family.
I think it,
I am. That is fine. If I could just set that up, that would be absolutely
Yeah.
awesome. I could just get on with my life then. I would even go on Twitter and Facebook. I would even be on all of them if I didn't have to do anything, and I could get a computer program to do it.
You
for
could get your the computer program to mimic your voice as well. So if you put all your voice,
face even.
yeah, that's like that Black Mirror episode where her husband passes away, and then she signs up for this thing, like she spends thousands and thousands of pounds on this sort of like replica of him, and this AI downloads all of his videos, his voice, and makes this sort of like robot AI and gets sent to her, so it's like literally like her husband and talks like her husband and performs like her husband and
Performs as a husband should.
as
indeed.
a
No,
husband
that wouldn't.
should.
See, I've always said this. That won't work because you're forgetting the human being. On the face of it, you go with it. Looks like him, and you go, no. It won't be the same because it's not him.
Yeah, I know.
Your emotions, once you get past they looks like him and all that, eventually you could have the most perfect robot in the world.
Yeah.
It looks like you can't tell the difference to him. But the problem is, you will always know you don't actually love me. I know you don't actually love me.
Yeah. But
So
you
Isn't that like
know
most
that.
relationships?
no, yeah.
When it comes down to
Did we
you
speak
just,
about this
you're
before?
living in there's
You
a
said-
bit of resentment there.
The men-
You're unsure of whether this person really feels the
Ask
same
any
as you do.
ask any old married
Yeah,
couple.
this is
No, but
You're not who you used to be.
we did speak about this before because we were talking about
Spends all
men.
his time in his shed. He
You
just
did-
loves that shed, doesn't he? He just sits in the shed because he just can't physically be in the same room.
No,
for 2
men would
minutes at a
have
time.
them, and then they just get them killing themselves, and you get them fighting, and you just wouldn't care anymore because you'd go, it is just a robot. Once all the novelty physically and all that's worn off, you will still go, you're just fucking right, get the fuck out. Like you wouldn't, because there's no sense of the relationship is obviously a much deeper thing. You need to know that you're bringing something to it. It's a duality there. Once you know that there's nothing there, you're completely fake. Then there's nothing, because I know you're going to stay there no matter
I
what.
don't know. People believe what they want to believe. I think.
No, there might be some
I
lunatics.
think a lot of people would be into that.
I
No,
think
no,
people
there will
on the
be.
face
but
of it, yeah.
Once,
Even if you present
Because
it
you
that.
don't really know your significant partner, really. You can't know everything about them. You can't know how they're feeling about
still quite
you.
cursory. I'm talking about 10 years in, when the novelty of the whole thing's worn off, you'll just be changing it every
be fair,
5
there's-
minutes, a new one, and because there's no sense of like,
Yeah.
I've
To be fair,
earned
they're gonna look the same because it's an AI thing. It's gonna.
But it'd be
it's
like
not
internet
gonna age.
dating. Like every 5 minutes, you just be on to the next one because it's just
Yeah.
window shopping. So if you can get one, there's no sense of earning it. You know you didn't. So all the novel, 10 years in, you
be
just get a
fair,
new
yeah.
one, a new one, a new one, a new
Yeah,
one.
well, you just
The
download
chase
new
isn't
programs.
Yeah, so there's no relationship.
You
That's what
can
I'm saying.
you can program it to be
do
like
anything.
off at you at first, and then you have to chase your AI, and then you finally gain their respect
I
and
want
then
you to
their love.
dump me, so I have to get you
Dump me,
back.
Yeah, exactly. You
Is
could just
it-
program to
Bloody
be like that.
people.
There's a mode that lets you makes it spit in your mouth.
I'm
Or
not.
whatever,
That's
put
the
cigarettes
first few.
I'm
out
not
on
gonna,
you.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
yuck your yum.
Moans and whinges all the time, calls you a piece of shit.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh.
Oh,
So
bloody hell.
this is where the perverts come
Yeah,
out.
it's just
This is
because
where.
it'll end up reflecting humanity eventually. There'll just be arseholes to each other, killing each other.
And spill the kinks.
Yeah.
Just don't make it. As I said this before as well, but like, don't make them look human. If you want like robot butlers or whatever, or robots working in factories doing humanoid things, I don't know.
So sort of like iRobot looking.
Even less humanoid than
less
that.
that,
I
yeah.
think because if you want them to be basically a slave class,
Yeah.
Glass face.
don't just make them look like Robbie the robot.
Yeah.
Danger, danger. Just make them look
Well,
like
they say it'll be like the internet, where it'll be the sex industry that drives the technology. Like the internet was driven by the need for the sex industry,
Yeah.
and it'll be the same. It will start with, we want to help people, and people just be putting money in.
It's sex. It's sex bots,
I mean,
isn't it?
yeah.
Sex
come on.
robots. Like that's. Yeah.
Right, let's get off of this.
Yeah.
Halloween. I feel we're going into a
Wait,
bit.
Sex robots.
Still see the light to pull us back up. Oh, do you know that film? The link I sent you to that film.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't seen it yet.
Rubbish.
Is it rubbish?
It's annoying me. It was so bad.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh god, I can't remember the name of it now. The one where he's holding the shotgun to the ram.
Oh,
sent you the
okay, yeah,
link.
no, because I did look at it. and
It
I was-
looks good.
It-
It's
but they
an
can make it look-
Argentinian
yeah,
film, but then it's just
just
directed
rubbish.
awful. I was thinking, oh come on, and then something else. I thought, oh, it is just a set of the trailer. That is it.
I just haven't seen a film that scares me.
Did you watch the one I said about the talk?
Talk to me. I haven't watched that yet.
That is a good
yeah,
film.
I haven't watched
Although I
it.
saw an interview with the two directors, their first time directors, and I thought, oh no, they're a couple of idiots. Screaming, talking. You know, somebody's like doped up on caffeine, but too much, and they're like student-y.
Like I was the last time.
No,
we were
like it's
talking.
like you know, somebody's just annoying. Like, shut up. Will you just calm down a little?
Turn it down,
Yeah,
mate.
and they're both doing it. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, don't tell me it's ruined the film knowing the directors. Like it's not.
You just
They
don't
just-
do it to yourself. Just watch the film
Yeah,
and just
but
carry
it's-
on.
That's a good film. You should watch it.
But I
think
haven't. Yeah, I haven't been scared since I think like the Paranormal Activity. I think that was the first one I was really, really scared at, and then Conjuring. But they're not. I haven't seen a proper good zombie film because I know that we're massive zombie fans since like 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
They need to bring one out. I just
Every Halloween, I write a letter to who's the director?
Romero?
No, the director of 28 Days Later.
Oh, Danny Boyle.
Yeah, like instead of writing to Santa, I write a letter and put it under my pillow.
Please make another zombie film.
28 Days Later.
Please.
I don't know what the hell he's doing. All types of
Yeah, I haven't heard from him.
big stuff. He did something up in the north. I can't even remember.
But yeah, talk. What's it called? Talk to me.
to
That
Me,
is a good
yeah.
film. It is. I'm surprised those two did it. You don't really talk about horror films. Any horror films?
I'm
Not
not
really,
like massive into them, but I do. I mean, one of my favorite films is Dawn of the Dead. To be fair, having said that,
I watched that the other day because I was just feeling nostalgic.
the original. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was saying I watched it for some
Yeah.
reason. It was on Amazon. I was at work. The
Blue
and
Zombies.
I popped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I popped it on, and it was great. Yeah, I loved it. So that's one of my favorite films. I'm not like a huge horror guy, but I like some of the big ones. You know what I mean? Obvious ones, yeah, Exorcist, Shining,
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, it's not something that I'm not prude, but I'm not necessarily like a too into gore. I'm not like easily. I'm not shocked, but it just doesn't.
So gore doesn't scare me. Gore never
it's
scared
not, I
me.
don't know.
It was more like like The Conjuring or like anything demonic or like possession or ghosts. That sort of scares
Anything
me.
that leaves you to fill in the
yeah.
spaces in your own head.
Or anything like, have you seen that new film Smile?
No.
Oh god, it's really basically this demon that takes over your body and it smiles.
Oh.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
a really creepy smile.
American.
Yeah, and watch it. It's really good, and that sort of stuff really scares me.
I saw one that was kind of funny. It was a Happy Death Day.
Oh, I love that film. It's
Right,
so
it's all right.
good.
That sounds like a funny romp.
It's
I
kind
don't
of like
think
it's like a scary
Groundhog
Groundhog
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
She's trying to find out why she keeps dying.
Is it a comedy?
She gets murdered.
And she
like
gets,
someone
she
gets
gets
murdered,
and then
yeah.
it restarts the day, and she has to find out who's. It's actually quite a good film.
It's kind of fun because
Yeah.
it's a Groundhog Day, but the person keeps getting murdered, and she's
Yeah.
just trying to figure out who the hell's trying to like keeps killing her. over and over
It's
again.
pretty
It's
good.
all right,
That,
yeah.
that Argentinian film I was talking that I sent
Yeah.
you, it's only a little thing. It sounds like I'm nitpicking, but even where the subtitles are were really low. Like on it's not my TV, it's really low. So much so that you have to keep looking really low down. And it takes, and because it's Argentinian, they're speaking quite fast. But I thought, they're just too low down. So I'm now looking away from the screen and going, I can't watch, so I had to try and ignore what they were saying just to try and watch what was happening. It was just one of the many things that went wrong with it.
There are a lot of films that I just put on the dub sometimes. If it's a trash film, like if I'm watching a terrible action film or a horror film or something, I'll just put on the dub because I think it makes it even cheesier and more rubbish. And you can just enjoy it for kids.
I always put subtitles underneath when I'm watching any film or anything like that because it helps me process the film a bit more. But I had to definitely for Lord of the Rings because Gandalf just was so quiet and everything he was talking, I was like, Gandalf, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah, they do all the films are really like that. They're only built for cinemas. They're not built for a TV that's sort of little tiny speakers 10 feet from you.
And all the names, like sometimes I don't understand like all the mystical names, so I have to have them written in front of me. So whenever someone's talking about them, I'm like, oh, they're talking about that person.
The recent South Park I was talking about, the Pandaverse or whatever it's called, that the whole thing is basically going after Disney and Kathleen, what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy, yeah, that's it. They like all this what Disney's been doing, they've just gone right after them, Iger, the lot. Like that's when the woke thing comes in, but they just really go the whole thing.
Well, it's just like they're bringing out the new Snow White. And apparently it's like properly woke, and she's not going to be kissed by the prince at the end or something like that. She's going to be an independent boss bitch, and you're just like, stop it. Like, just call it something else.
Yeah,
don't call it
if they keep flopping as well, but you're so into
everyone's
the idea,
turning against it. No, everyone's turning against it. Like,
I think that
pisses me off.
That was probably already in production. They have done a massive course correction as a studio because a lot of things have been underperforming in the box office. I think a lot of that comes from the fact that I know that, for instance, when a big film comes out now, it's sort of Disney or Marvel or whatever the hell, I just think, oh yeah, well, that's going to be on Disney Plus in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait 6 weeks, I'll watch it at home.
I think they would make so much money if they adapted it to the original, like if it was the original story and adapted it like they did with Cinderella. Like that was really
they can't,
good.
the times, a lot of those things were dark stuff and
I
you
know,
just can't do it now.
But
you
that's great. That would be great if it was really dark, or maybe they made like a horror version of Snow White and the Seven Demons.
What they've done to
like that.
Tom and Jerry, there's like no violence in it anymore. Like they can't be attacking each other with frying pans.
Oh yeah, no. They've got to help.
They're on each other's side. You've got to get the
Jerry,
other guy.
are you okay? Let's talk about your feelings,
and you
Jerry.
Everyone knows that you go, right, it probably was a bit iffy before, but they just go too far the other
way.
Why
are you angry with me, Jerry? Let's sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
There was a Tom and Jerry film that came out 2 years ago, and it had Chloe Maltz.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The girl from Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass, yeah.
And she was just working in a hotel, and like Tom and Jerry were helping her.
Oh,
and I'm like, what is this? What the hell is
Have I missed something? Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Why do I care? Why should I care about? I don't care. That's the problem. And like, but just show me Tom and Jerry shit.
No, the story is they get on.
I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, just I want Tom and Jerry stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Blue Balls. This whole thing. It's like Titanic. It's like going to a Titanic movie and you watch 3 hours of it, and it's them on the way to the boat, and then at the very end they're like, "Oh, look, here's the boat," and then they walk out the gangway, and that's the end, and you're like, "What?
What?
Oh, talking about being on the boat.
Yeah.
How did you
the boat?
Yeah.
How did your trip to Holland go?
It was successful.
What's the story? What happened?
Was it just a giant blur?
Well, hang on. So go on. You left England. Any little stories?
My friend, he went to Amsterdam a few days ago and came back.
So this is after
he
went after you.
My friend, went last week.
Oh,
and he said he had a good time.
Hang on, but when did you go?
Fine, then it's me. All right, I was trying to be subtle.
Point.
I was trying to be subtle. I was trying to put a layer of.
As I said, 40 minutes sleep has left me slightly behind. Go on.
What did I do? Yeah,
what did your friend do?
My friend, he had a great time. He thought he didn't overdo it too much.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't.
4 days.
5 days. Didn't go too wild.
Yeah.
Didn't go too over the top. I did.
Yeah.
You can tell us
He
afterwards.
did.
But he did. So
we did.
They did.
You were there to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, like his minder.
Yeah.
He just gets into trouble, bless him. There was a bit. I remember the first day I ended up down Depige. My pronunciation is terrible. But it's like a bit down there, and I was just walking down this street, and like it was a relatively busy street. And everyone I walked past was smoking a joint. Every single person.
Oh, is that why your bag smells of it? Yeah, okay.
I was as well. No, but I was just like, okay, well, this seems to be normal.
Right,
fine.
To be fair, you don't have to go all the way to Amsterdam to get that.
Yeah,
Like
just
where
go downstairs.
literally where I live, everyone smokes weed.
Yeah.
Like you walk past, it's like, ooh, it smells
But
good.
it was like a busy street, just every single person.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, if this is your custom, then
Yeah. Oh, well.
this is your tradition, I will
Tell-
join in. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was good. I overbought, and I ended up with loads on the Thursday.
Right.
So I ended up just going, oh, no. So I ended up rolling a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. And definitely left it there.
No, I smoked it all.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you did leave it there.
Yeah. And I rather overdoing it, and then getting to the airport, having a Burger King in the airport, going through customs,
For £9.
and then having a large McDonald's
Having forgot you've just
immediately
eaten.
afterwards. Both of which were vile and really greasy. But I was just thinking, and then I went and got a sandwich and a milkshake, and then I got off the plane, and then I went to M&S, and I got like another sandwich and like a salad pot.
All those meals, your credit card must have been maxed.
And I woke up.
10 quid sandwich, another 10 quid sandwich,
Yeah.
a £7 Coca-Cola can.
And I woke up at like Reading Station, and like everyone was off the train, and like they were
Off
about
their
to
head.
leave.
Right.
They're about to turn around and go back to Gatwick, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like,
What did you do? Did you see any sights when you were out there?
"Oh yeah,
Yeah. What did you see?
Just sort of was hanging around Haarlemmerstraat
Oh, okay.
and Brugstraat.
Okay.
Very
Did you make
nice
any
around
friends
there.
out there?
A guy tried to sell me a gun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes,
Probably a fake one.
I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain that
Was it
whatever
like a water pistol?
whatever happened,
It was probably
if I
freakish.
went through that transaction, I would not end up with a working gun.
No.
Absolutely not. He was a Jamaican chap. I think he might have had mental health issues as well. So I don't know what's going on.
A lighter gun.
He didn't show me, and I didn't really want to see
He
it.
didn't ask to see the ammo.
Yeah.
It's not a real gun.
Prove it's a gun.
But he sort of cornered me a bit, and I was walking through the Wallen, the red light district, and this guy cornered me.
Did you?
Oh, you were just strolling through.
saw
It was a
sped
cut
through
through
quickly.
between
Yeah.
one street to another.
Let's have a promenade. Yes, yeah, I do. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Good day,
I'm in
madam.
the red light district. How did this happen? Well, while I'm here,
Well,
Hello, darling.
This is your custom. Yeah. This is your tradition.
It's a tradition to hand over all this money.
Because I'm always okay. Well, sounds reasonable. For what? Oh, right. I wasn't expecting this. Oh dear. Oh my.
The lights go off. Oh,
yeah.
what's happening?
But yeah, because I'm quite good at like just ignoring people in the UK. Because basically anyone who talks to you out in the street
Probably a threat.
is probably just asking for money most times.
yeah.
Mate, I'm sorry. If you got
Right. I did tell you this.
hospital, and it's like, dude, I was like, bro, I'm not going to give you any. I'm not giving you money to buy drugs. I'm sorry, like that's my rule.
And he drops the voice and goes, "I'll piss off."
Yeah,
then."
basically.
Yeah.
So I'm quite good at ignoring that shit in like England, but like for some reason, in my state of mind I was in out there, like people kept on trying to sell me heroin. I hadn't seen them for a while, but they were back with a vengeance, and I kept on just being like, "What? I'm sorry." They're like, "You want about heroin, coca, heroin?" And I'm like,
You say, I am from
"What?"
England.
And I'm like, it takes me a while to process. And I go, "What?" And they go, "What did he say?" Because it's some
I
African
haven't heard the
dude.
word heroin for 10 years. Yeah.
Some African dude with like a thick accent, Dutch accent, and he's like trying to speak English, and so it's layers and layers and layers. And I'm like, "Oh, right, yes, he said heroin and cocaine. He's trying to sell me heroin and cocaine on the street. Oh, right, okay, yeah, I get it.
not
Oh, no,
today.
thank you, sir. No, I'm all right, thank you very much."
Don't worry, I've already had my fix.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
I've got my tea bags here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with the with everything in the coffee shops. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a homeless person near me. Like, they're starting more and more of them. And this was like a year ago. I keep meant to say this. I was walking past them. It's a long high street, and one went to sit where he was. And this is the same person. And the guy shouted back to him, yeah, just make yourself comfortable, mate. And I thought, make yourself comfortable in a pissy blanket. But anyway, so he said, is it all right to sit here? And he went, yeah, sit down. So we sat down. Anyway, about 2 days later, I'm not walking. Somebody else goes past, and he's there sat on the floor. And the bloke went to him, "How you doing, mate?" And he went, yeah, everything's all right, mate. Yeah. And I thought, is it? That pissy blanket. But no irony. He went, "How you doing?" He went, yeah, I'm doing good, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 days ago, I was walking past at night, coming from the gym, like late
That's the
at
most
night.
English thing.
It is,
though.
it is the most British thing.
No
It's just
irony.
that we
He
just
went,
say,
I'm doing all right,
I'm
mate."
fine, thank you. Even
In
though
my
you've had a
head, I
shit
went,
day.
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
No.
Like, fucking,
Really?
Anyway, so I was there 2 days ago. I came past at night. He wasn't there, but he had like, you know when they sort of pack their stuff, and that's where he sits, and he's got his bags there. There's an LCD screen next to a bread. Oh, I shouldn't really say. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. He's not going to listen. A loaf of bread and an LCD screen next to it. I thought he's not watching TV with like a.
You've got a tablet.
Imagine if the Sun newspaper saw that.
Yeah.
Look, widescreen TVs, even the homeless are watching TV.
Or they do run stories. They're like, some homeless
Yeah.
people have mobile phones.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
look at him drinking.
Is this guy paying a
Coca-Cola.
TV license?
Yeah, slap a ticket on
And
it.
I'm like, yeah, of course, he's got a mobile phone. So what? He bought like a phone for like, what, 40 quid? Like second hand
Yeah.
or 40 quid and he's using
Or
pay
somebody
to go,
gave it
whatever.
to him. Yeah,
Whatever. He got one anyway. He got cheap ass one. It's like, yeah, so what? Cool.
So,
It's just
yeah,
weird
just let him...
TV there. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to sell it or something, but it just seemed funny. It looked like he built himself a little cove.
That's cool, though. You know, might as well.
Might have been his first little shop. It all started.
Yeah.
In a few years, it might be like Sainsbury's. Where it's a photograph of him pushing a barrow with a TV and a bread on it. When I went to Africa, it was like that. It wasn't far off where before you get to the hotel, you've got to go through all the poor areas. And it was like, there'll be, I'm not kidding you, there's a massive plank of wood up against a tree and a bloke sat underneath on one chair with a table in front of him with like a pair of trainers, a baseball cap and like 4 tins. Because it's only when somebody said, yeah, there's no benefits. So you got to make money.
Yeah.
There's no benefits. That's it. You go, oh, right, yeah, what do you do if there's
We
no
get it
money?
so good here. Real.
Well,
I mean, well, not...
It's better.
It's
There's
better
work.
here.
But I never think,
Yeah.
oh, well, there's somebody's worse. No,
Yeah.
there's people, a lot of people
Yeah.
better.
A lot of people.
Yeah, when I was in India, they were beggars and they were just naked. They didn't even have like
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They were just people
God.
just go out to completely naked, just asking for money for like food.
When I was over there, there's like young girls standing by the airport, like no security gates, just like in the airport where the planes are. And I was like, why are those kids standing? Oh, well, okay. You
Back to
forget what you
Halloween.
said. Well, prostitutes.
oh,
Kids.
cool.
Yeah.
Every single episode. We just go right down to the prostitutes.
No, well, funny enough, we're just reflecting the world. Like it's just, oh, we are right. The world is just a dumb.
Just holding a mirror up to the world.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
gosh.
Anything scary happened in your life, Kirk Charles? You don't really believe in a lot of scary stuff.
As I said, no, I have had like a few things.
Oh, really? Like what?
Yeah, well, I said like, I don't know, ghost, but I've
I
had
thought you
like,
seemed like more nonchalant.
rumbling. Yeah, well, it wasn't a big thing.
Go on,
I've
what
had-
though? What though?
well, I've had periods where things have moved around the house.
Right,
and
is this
bumps?
Oh.
No, like legit. But
Oh,
I
okay,
just,
right.
and I did think, I don't like that. And I talked to someone I was living with. They said, yeah, I had the same thoughts.
Yeah.
And like we both agreed just to ignore it.
Yeah.
To be honest, because that's the best thing is you ignore it and it does go away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It's looking for attention.
A
The more
place I was
attention
in.
you give something like that.
Yeah, you just don't
Don't
think
give the
about it.
ghost
Yeah.
attention.
Honestly, they
Otherwise,
get
it's going to
bored.
be living for you for years.
Yeah,
living
yeah.
with you.
It's like a bully, like any bully.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to ignore them when they go away. Yeah.
I was one place I left the house because of something I saw. Like, and I'm not going to go into it because it just makes me sound stupid. But I saw it and I actually left that night. No, the next day I just thought I'm out of here. Like that's that. And I was like 25 at
Yeah.
that point. I thought I don't want to go on about it, but it was just like a really bad thing. Any more any other scary stories? Anything happening?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
The sleep psychosis, probably.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that
And that
was
was
probably
recent, you said?
Yeah, it was really recent.
Did
yeah.
you say you have had that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Has anybody else had it? Sleep psychosis? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get everything. I've had.
Do you have sleep psychosis in Turkey? So they would have big collars. Oh God! Thank God he's a gentleman and he goes along with my nonsense.
Yeah.
No, I get sleep everything. I get
Oh.
things where I can't sleep, things where I sleep too much, things where I wake up intermittently, things where, And I've had it all.
Those bloody thing.
I've had it all,
Yeah.
and I've even had a couple of dreams come true.
Oh,
Oddly specific ones as well.
So what were they? What were they?
But well, I've had a few, but but there was two specifically about football matches, and literally I dreamed like the whole highlights package.
Right, yeah.
Like, and it was a weird game. It was Reading's first match in the Premier League against Middlesbrough at home. It was a very weird game because they went 2-0 down in the first 15 minutes, I believe, for 15, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And then they scored one, and then they scored the equaliser in the 44th minute, so right before the end of this first half. And I remember, and I saw who scored the goal as well, who scored the goals. and then they scored the third, so they went 3-2 up in like the 48th minute, or in the 50th minute. Yeah, and I literally, like, I was watching it, and I saw who the scorers were, and I saw the, things in the end score, and it was, yeah.
Did you
and
not
then
wake
my
up
mate,
and call William Hill?
I told my mate just in passing, I was
Yeah.
like, I had this weird dream, and he's like, right, I'm putting a fiver on that.
Yeah.
And he won, like, he put fiver down, he won like 140 quid.
Oh, right. Did he give you any?
Why didn't you put some money down?
I put, because this is how you know it's a true story, because I put a fiver down on 1-1.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that they'd win the first game. I was just like, oh, they're not going to win the first game. But I'm not going to bet against them losing. I don't think they'll win the first game. So I'll put a better draw. That's
Yeah.
1-1.
Trust your instincts. Trust your prolific dream.
We went and put a bet on, and my mate was like, "Oh, my mate's had a dream," and they were like, "These guys, these old lags in the book is all right, mate, all right, all right." And then we came back about 2 hours later. We went to I think we went and got some beers, listened to the game on the radio, and came back about 2 hours later, and they were just like, They were super pissed. They were super
Rigged.
pissed, and they closed to the bookies. He closed the bookies.
Oh,
So like he's like,
no.
right, I'm closing then. I don't give a shit. And I was just like, all right. And he goes, oh, and his mate's like, yeah, next time you have a dream, tell me. And I was
I would
just
have been like, witchcraft.
Next time, on seriousness, next time a dream, tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're joking.
and I was like, that's
Do you,
an odd thing to say
do
to
you
a man
believe in
his-
hell, heaven and hell?
What? As a,
Yes.
Do you believe there's a heaven and a hell? Or just nothing? No, not at all.
I don't know. Well,
There's not even something in the back of your soul. that
not
wants it?
hell.
No.
I don't think necessarily.
What if there's a heaven? No.
I believe you just go to sleep.
Oh, I'll tell
That's
you
it, it's
what.
just black.
Did you see the gangster Dave Courtney killed himself?
Oh.
Yeah, committed suicide. Shot himself
Jesus.
in his house. Do you know who I'm talking about? The
Who?
gangster Dave Courtney, the bald
Oh,
guy.
yeah. You were saying
killed
the other
himself.
day, yeah.
Shot himself, and he released a video, basically saying, "I'm not here because," and he just took a gun out and shot himself in the blood, and said, "Like I'm in constant pain." He said, "I've been hiding it." In this video, it's only like a minute video. He said, "I've been hiding it, and my arthritis is like it's some advanced arthritis." And he said, "I'm hiding it," but he said, I can't walk upstairs, and I can't get in and out of a car." And he said, he's laughing. He's saying, like, I've had a fantastic, like, every day was glass. He said, but I'm just, I'm not, I don't want to be a burden and all that. Just a minute video. And his friend was basically said, yeah, they found him, like, he just put a gun in his mouth, just shot himself. And I think he died as last
Yeah,
death night.
Matthew Perry,
Friends
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Did they say if it was suicide or not?
He,
I don't
he
think
was
they've
saying-
declared a cause of death. They
said they found him in the bath.
Cause of death.
Because was he the one that wrote a book about he's gone through
Recently.
drugs?
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
very
wasn't that long ago,
recently.
because I remember him,
It was last year, I think. Yeah.
so we hadn't come through it.
Oh, he
unless it
had.
was-
Well,
he's always struggled
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
substances and stuff. So,
But I mean, it
which
might
is
have just
such a
been. It
shame.
might not have been drugs again. It might have just been a heart health thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As I was saying earlier, like that kind of thing can do lots of damage if you push it too far.
Yeah.
People don't.
Your heart
'cause-
gives out.
Well, I was saying lots of these people who absolutely caned it during the 70s and 80s, particularly with loads of blow,
Yeah.
and prescription shit, like they're all dropping like flies now because your body it takes it out of you.
It really does. It's such a shame because I was massive. Like, I'm a massive Friends fan, so is my family. Actually, at one point, my mum and dad didn't have like any Sky, Freeview or anything, no channels, and I got them a box set of Friends, and for the whole year they just watched Friends back to back for a whole year. So I'd come in from school and they'd just be my dad watching Friends, and then once they did get like Virgin Media, Dad would watch Comedy Central Friends, and I'm like, there are other
Mind you, by the
programmes.
time you get to the end, you've probably forgotten the first one again.
Yeah.
It's long enough
Instead
so
of
you can
time
just
loops,
watch the
it's
whole
just-
thing.
But
yeah.
it's so
Oh,
lovely.
what? We'll end on this. What happened to your S Club 7?
It was brilliant.
So you went to
It
what was it, O2?
Yeah, it was the best concert.
No, S Club.
S Club, yeah.
Yeah.
The 9-year-old me was having the time of her life.
How many sort of people were there? Tens of thousands,
Oh,
thousands?
it was packed. It was packed out, and it was just brilliant. Like, I went with my friend. We wore our S Club 7 t-shirts, and then after
Adult ones, not the ones from the time.
I mean, I would
Right,
love
yeah,
that if I
yeah.
could fit into
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. They played all the classics,
Yeah.
and obviously they put a tribute to Paul,
I was
who
gonna say, did
passed
they
away.
mention-
Yeah, that I mean, I was there because I was I was a couple of wines down, so I was crying. I was super emotional, and then we ended up going to a bar afterwards. We were all playing S Club 7 songs because they just knew their crowd.
Right.
And it was just brilliant. But there were some people there that had been to all of their shows and paid VIP and went backstage and did meet and greets. I was like, crap, you really are fans. I was like,
Oh, so
I
you
was
got a
just
good
wearing
time.
the t-shirt.
What time did it finish?
About 10ish, and then I didn't get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And even when I got home, I put the SCOM 7 songs on and was dancing in my kitchen for half an hour.
What are the kids allowed there?
Yeah. I did feel bad. There was a couple of I'd say about 15, 16-year-olds next to us who were sat down the whole time and only got up with Reach for the Stars. And they didn't know any of the other songs. And I was like, oh, who bought them?
Right, yeah.
They were
stroppy teenagers.
Everyone was in their 30s because that was our era.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, that was nice then. Well, look, that's our Halloween show.
Yes.
We'll do this one.
Love it at Halloween. I'm going to go home and watch some horror films.
What's that one I said? Talk to the Hand or whatever it's called. No.
Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
I said, why did they call it Talk to the Hand? I was like, oh no, it doesn't sound right. It's not scary at all. Charles, have you had a nice Halloween?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, good. And well, that's our Halloween. So
yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you next
Bye,
week.
everyone.
Bye.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life.